First up, we have the pink binder of power. I love this binder. I'd love to get more of these pink bad boys. This Ultra Pro side-loading binders are fantastic. We have Shining Fates Player's Guide, and we will get started with these cards. So I have every card, meaning the norm and then the reverse next to it. That's how I've laid out this set. I'll point out any cards that I like. I really like the Rillaboom. It was a favourite. That was my starter. Grookey and Sword and Shield. We've got all of the amazing rares as we go through. There's Reshiram and Kyogre. Just happen to be on that same page. Very nice. And yeah, I got most of the set myself, pulling them myself, which I'm quite proud of in this set, if I'm quite honest. I love this wheezing here and the coughing. Coughing is my favourite shiny, which we'll get to. Love this Ditto VMAX. It's probably my fave on this page. And then we go into, you know, the trainers and things, into the full arts, if you will, and the trainer cards. This Alcremie is definitely one of my faves. The Poke Kid is quite cool too. Ball Guy is just so random. And we go into this banger of a page, or pages. Into, yep, I'd say Ditto VMAX is one of my faves. Skylar, the single rainbow card. And you'll notice I'm missing something here. I have the Eevee VMAX Charizard. Just kidding, I don't have the Charizard. So this is the only card I'm missing, is the Charizard. So I put an Eevee in there for now, so I'm not so sad and dark inside. Anyway, we go into the two gold cards of the set. And then we go into, after that, we go into the baby shinies, which I don't really like calling them that. I call them hollow shinies. But we have every single one. The Suicune, which is the second most expensive card in the set, which I got gifted. So shout out to that gift. That was super sick. I appreciate everyone helping me. Trading and things. I've gotten Talion and Drizzle. They're a couple of my faves of the set for sure. We've got Snom, the Ding Dong Butt Boy, and I love any sort of pink shiny. It's quite cool. Toxel, Toxtricity, Rapidash and Ponyta. A couple of my faves there. Alcremie, I like this one. Apologies, I won't go on about it too much, but I know this lighting, and if I put too much lighting on, like if I go like this, you just can't see shit. It's just super glary. Same with my circle light that I have for all my vlogging. And here's my fave. This coughing card is my fave in the baby. Out of all of the hollow shinies, that is my favorite card. And we go to the end. So every single one of them at least. So I'm going to have to bite the bullet and purchase a single of the Charizard there. But we're almost there. One card to go. Now I do have all of the, as far as I know, all of the promo cards. So the Dragapult box, the Crobat V box, we've got the tins. Put two of the Eevees in there. And these are out of the pin collection boxes. You know, Mr. Ryan, Poltergeist, Bunnelby. And I have several of them. I even have more of these. That's why I'm so surprised I didn't pull the Charizard, but it is what it is. And there's all the Pika there. I wanted to have a full page of Pika. I even have a few more of these, but it's what I have, and I just always put the energies in. I don't think the fairy was in this set, but I like to put it in there anyway because it sort of completes the page. Yeah, and that's it for Shining Fates. Now I go into some cards I've been gifted, so I really appreciate any cards like mail that I get from anyone. So shout out to anybody that sent me cards. Huge fan of this Charmander. That's a base set. As far as I know, a base set card, and it's the OG sitting right there, sitting pretty. So I decided that maybe I'll start collecting a few Charmanders. Yeah, so just got McDonald's, the Evo, and then Evolutions one base set, and I've got Hidden Fates Charmanders in there. Hidden Fates is just so sick. I was going through with some of my bulk and stuff, and I really like the set because, you know, it's all the 151. That's why it's so epic. And I love this Mankey. That's one of my favorite cards I've been gifted. To be honest there, Rocket and Fossil and things, very, very cool OG cards. Now I've got Detective Pikachu. I am missing another Charizard, but we'll get there. I recall this being on Trade Me. I think a card had, to be honest, it had a bend in it, but it was like $2, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't just pull the trigger and get one just as a binder card for now until I get a better one. Hopefully one pops up on Trade Me. If you have this card, I might pop it up on screen right now. I really, really, really want it. Please sell it to me. Or I'll trade it or whatever, but I really, really want this card to complete the set. I love this Ditto. That's another one of my faves. The Greninja is sick, and the Mewtwo, very cool. The Pikachu there, Slacking is epic as well. I like that in Pokemon Go. A couple of promos, and I really loved keeping this, and that's the Snubbull promo card. I got gifted this as well. So shout out to the person that sent me that. I thank you very much for that. And this is my Lonely Blastoise. I would love to start collecting like Squirtle and Wartortle and Blastoise, but the only other one I have is in Speak of the Devil, which we'll get to in the next binder. One of the other things I love collecting, which I showed in the last episode, is Funko Pops, specifically movie horror Funko Pops. So these are all the ones I have. I don't have many, and my plan is to pick up more. And the cool thing is I picked this one up today with my son, and yeah, so I want to get a Freddy one, I want to get a Jason one, and then I want to go from there, and I want to start really collecting these horror pops. So Pokemon cards and horror pops are my thing. I love everything else as well. I love all action figures. Like I love Amiibos, for example. They're really cool. And I also love Star Wars figures. But you sort of have to focus down on things and knuckle down, because otherwise you only have so much money. Dad life, shit like that, real life. But it is what it is. Next up, the black binder. Oh goodness. My goodness. Champions Path. Now this was the first set to come out when I started getting into the hobby of specifically Pokemon cards, which is very recently, all documented on this channel, which is really rad. From the first time I ever opened the Pokemon cards ever in my life. And Champions Path was it wasn't the set that was out when I started collecting, but it was the first set that got released. So it's quite fitting really to have the master set of this. So very cool. I'm also yet to get a non-Weedle Foundation tick of approval written on reverse, Weedle reverse. So I have to get, that's actually the last card I need. I have it, but it's just written on. So if you've got a reverse Weedle, hit me up as well. Chuck it up on screen, but here's the card here. That's another one I would love to pick up. Yeah, very cool. Love this Venusaur. Love seeing, original OG. We need more Pokemon. We need more of these guys in the sets. Evolve, the middle evolutions. Please. Please, please. And yeah, it's okay to have some Pikachu as well, obviously. Anyway, I digress. We have every card. Very cool. Incineroar. Thank you very much to people in the Pokemon trading groups in New Zealand that traded with me and sold me some banger cards. Very cool. I love this Alcremie card. I pulled this Lucario a couple of times, but yeah, again, as I said, I do the normal card and then I do the reverse straight after it, or the holo. It'll be like the reverse and then the holo. Yeah, like here, we've got Obstagoon, Galarian Obstagoon. And I really like, that's probably one of my favorite holos in the set, this one here. So reverse and then holo. The reverse were the ones that were actually hard to get. They were actually a little hard to get. Sometimes it's the random cards that you wouldn't think of that can be the hardest to get. And Duraludon there, I didn't pull this one, had to purchase a single of that. And I really love the Marnie in this set. I love the Hop card. Very cool. And what else we got? The BMX. Shout out to BMXing. Now we got the banger epic, best page I own. Into the full arts. This Turfield Stadium, that was one of the last. That was actually, I think it was the last card I needed, because I got given it, but it ended up being, it was like a Rebel Clash card or something. It wasn't from Champions Path, and I was like, oh shit, and then I had to like rebuy that one. because yeah, they're all going to be the same set, because the cards can be from different sets, and they've redone them, even other Sword and Shield sets, and then they put them into another set. Anyway, Charizard. Well, I always point them out. Loved pulling this Gardevoir, and it's real cool. My boy, technically this is my boy's card, this pairs, and the Hop I love. That's one of my favorite cards of the set. Chucking the sleeve in there to make it look nice. And the coolest thing about this, like the 25th anniversary, the Pikachu set at the moment, Celebrations, the Japanese one, they have reverse energies, and they so should have put them in the 25th anniversary set. But yeah, here they are here. Great. I love the fairy, love the dark. Very nice having all of the holos there. So thank you for trading these and gifting these to me as well. We go into all of the promos. I randomly just tripled these up because I opened so many of them, specifically the double box, and had good luck out of them. Yep, and that's out of the Marnie box, which the mat came out of as well. And we've got the Zard promo, one of the most epic promos out of an ETB. Like, I love the pink background, and I love the Pokemon, obviously. Love, continue to talk about love, all things love. Gengar, what an amazing promo for Champion's Path. It's a shame we don't get more of this sort of stuff in sets. But yeah, very cool. And just chucked. I sort of wanted, so that's out of one of the boxes. Oh no, these are out of the pin boxes, which I actually never opened. I purchased these off Trade Me in a bulk lot, and I think it was like $50 for all of them. And I just pulled the trigger because I missed out on them, and they were sitting all there, and I was like, well, I want the master set. Now, I believe there is a Japanese Gardevoir card. I might chuck it up on screen right now. I obviously don't own that, but technically I think that you need that for the master set, but I don't count it because it's Japanese. But yeah, so 3 pin boxes, and then there were 2 other pin boxes, which those 2 came out of and those 2 came out of. So that's why they're set that way. I don't have like that card up there because it's like, yeah, if you get what I'm saying. Then we go into some random cards that I've pulled or been gifted. So once again, thank you very much for gifting me cards. This Alcremie is one of my favorite cards I own, no cap, if not the favorite. I love that card so much. It's Japanese as well. And you can go back in all my content, because all of this stuff is when I pulled it or when I've been gifted it. Love this. So I've got the reverse and the shatter of Dreadnought. And then I've got all of the Charizard, Vivid Voltage, the shatter, the normal card, the reverse, the shatter, and then I've got it in Japanese. Yeah, silver border is really cool. Apologies for the glare, obviously. And then we're going into a random page of Pikachu. Really love this trainer card. And that's Sword and Shield. Very cool. Very cool. Vivid Voltage, the Japanese card there. Evolutions. And some couple of promos. Really like this. I love any card with a Pokeball in it is really cool. Very nice. And Hidden Fates and what is that? Sword and Shield as well. And then we're going to, I love these 3 cards here because they're out of the Vivid Voltage blister packs. So I've got the trio there, and tells a story of obviously Sobble having no food. So having a big cry, which is, in the starters of Sword and Shield, which is quite fitting. Vivid Voltage, these are my banger hits, being the amazing rares. What an amazing idea to not worry about that green card of death. Super sick. So I pulled Celebi, pulled Raikou, pulled Zamazenta I think 3 times, and pulled Jirachi. I had to buy the single of Rayquaza and Zacian. And Zacian is like one of the cheapest ones, I think, but Rayquaza is like, if not the most expensive, so. But it is what it is. Got a good deal on that. And then we go into Tyranitar and Toxtricity. So I just randomly collect certain Pokemon. And I've got Snorlax here. I love this card. Obviously I love all of them. They're all Snorlax. We've got Munchlax here, which is the baby version of him. Very cool. And then we're going into 25th anniversary Mcdonald's set. So we've got every one of these. The funny thing is, I only ever pulled one, base card of Totodile. I couldn't believe it. It took me ages. At the very end, my local Mcdonald's no longer has these cards at all. So I was very lucky to actually pull every single one of the base set cards, and I chucked the 25th anniversary sleeves in there just to finish it off like that, and then go into the hollows. And I had to buy a single of Trico. Trico was the only one that I didn't pull out of the hollows, but I had enough. I was trying to pull it, and there's a point where you're just like, I've had enough. And yeah, very cool. And shout out to my son also, who technically owns this hollow, but Dad keeps it safe in here. And we put it with the set. Man, I love that Squirtle. Very, very beautiful card. Then we go into celebrations. And we're just missing the Surfing VMAX Pikachu there. Again, this is all recent episodes that I've been, go back and check out my other content. Because this is where I'm pulling this stuff from, and I do a binder update at the end of the eps as well. But anyway, I'll just do this because it's just my collection. I'm missing the Zard. That's absolutely, I want the trio. It's definitely one I want to buy, and if I want to pull, and if I don't, I'll buy a single of it. And we go into the very end, and I just filled it full of the sleeves where the end point is in the sets. I think that's about it. Oh yeah, we got the promos there. So my idea is to have this with all the promos that I pull from any of the boxes from that set, or if you will. And there is one of my favorite cards of all time, Moo Cheese. Shout out to Cheese. Epic stuff. So that's it. That's that binder anyway. My final binder is just sort of nothing too fantastic here, but it's just when I first started collecting. As you can see on the channel, I started with Sword and Shield base set. A lot of cards missing here. I actually have the some reverses and things, but I just haven't chucked them in. I've got everything in, like all my bulk in like tins and stuff. But yeah, I've got these all sort of laid out, even though there's a random reverse there. But yeah, the plan is to collect Sword and Shield base set as well. My son has Vivid Voltage. He's going for that set. And I've got everything else like Darkness Ablaze and stuff in my ETB. I've got everything like in these. I've got like top loaded cards and stuff. But yeah, I can't be bothered going through them. I'm just going through my binders at the moment. But anyway, these are my X-Men cards. So these are real special to me. That's my favorite card from the set, the Cyclops. I've tried to draw that many times. I cannot get my drawing as good as that. But this is my childhood. This is X-Men cards, along with basketball and what else? Other random cards. X-Men was my favorite. I collected wrestling, Garbage Pail Kids, things like that. But X-Men was the set I went for as a kid. I'm very stoked I did. Love that Gambit card, Wolverine. Professor X card always stood out to me. And Psylocke. She's very, very nice. Background of that card is sick. But yeah, this is not Pokemon, but it does relate to cards, and the fact that, and I think it's cool because it's showing the test of time that I've given a lot of my stuff away or sold it, but I never sold these cards, and it just shows me how much I love card collecting, and it's very cool to be back at it. These cards have all sort of got a yellow tinge to them, which is kind of unfortunate. So yeah, it is what it is though. I kind of like the see-through cards, and I've said this before in another episode, but that was the first card that I ever pulled. And when I pulled it out of the pack, just bought a single pack from Card Crazy in Lower Hutt in New Zealand. When I pulled that, it blew my fucking mind, so I knew I had to go for the set. Crazy. And yeah, I think I am missing, I have the full set. I think it was just the end Hunters and Stalkers. I think I'm missing just a couple of them. So it'd be cool to buy, to finish the set and buy some. Yeah, of Sinister Observations, that's what it was. I'm missing a few of them. So it'd be cool to buy some singles of them to completely finish the set. Yeah, it's quite cool with these, like, I wish Pokemon did this. They have a card and it's the checklist of the set, which is really rad. But yeah, that comes with a gaming manual instead. But that is my collection. Thanks so much for watching. So that's my collection video for now. I've got other stuff, but it's quite random. I'm just wanting to show specifically the Pokemon cards I love and the Pops I love. I'll catch you on the next episode. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Peace.